It's one of the greatest single pieces of advice I've ever heard a dental practice management person give. And that's one of the things we're going to be talking about on today's episode of the Dental Practice Fixers, plus a totally different twist on our mystery shopper calls today, along with some great advice to go with that. And it all will tie in. Oh, this is exciting. What could be more exciting? I'm Dr. Richard Maddow, co-founder the Maddow Center for Dental Practice Success. And thanks for joining me today on the podcast. Now, before I talk about that great piece of advice, possibly the best piece of advice that I've ever heard a dental person give, I want to give you another great piece of advice, and that is to stop getting ripped off by your credit card processor. They are charging you a percentage of every charge just to do the processing. Stacks doesn't do that. Stacks, S-T-A-X. That's who we use at the Maddow Center, and that's who you should be using in your dental office, because besides the great customer service and the cool tech and the interface and the touchless charging things, all that stuff, of course they have all that, but they have what no one else does, and that is a flat monthly fee, a low flat monthly fee to take care of your credit card processing. So check them out right now. Go to maddow.com/save. I think we've got a special deal up there for you right now. So do what we do at the Maddow Center and what hundreds, if not thousands, of other dentists are doing across the country. That is paying just a low flat fee for your processing. Go to maddow.com/save. Okay. Not that long ago, I was speaking with somebody else in the field, a colleague in the field of dental consulting and coaching. And we were just talking about the different challenges and kind of tongue in cheek, he just said, hey, anybody can be a dental consultant. All you have to do is tell them to answer the phone when it rings. And boy, is that true. Well, not that anybody can be a dental consultant, because that takes a lot of experience and skill and knowledge. But this simple piece of advice, answer the phone when it rings. It sounds silly, but it's so unbelievable. Answer the darn phone when it rings. Why is somebody calling your office? It's either a patient of record who has a question about their treatment, their insurance, an upcoming appointment they want to schedule, they need to change, they want to pay, something good like that. Or better yet, it is a potential new patient, somebody that's never been to your office before. And you can be sure that if you send them to voicemail during regular business hours, they are hanging up and they're never calling back again. They're going to find somebody who can take care of them better. You know, I know many of you have seen me and Dave do our live presentations over the years. Geez, we've done thousands of them in the last couple decades. And one of the things we used to do kind of in our earlier days at our live presentations, we would actually call dental offices right there in the room. We'd pull up numbers of local dental practices. We'd have all connected through the laptop, through the speaker system, so everybody could hear. And we do mystery shopper calls, just like we do on the podcast every week. We would do them live at a dental seminar. Well, we stopped doing it live. Do you know why? Do you think it's because we made somebody cry right in the seminar room because we called their office and whoever was there did so poorly? That's not why we stopped. Do you think it's because somebody sued us for defamation of character because they claim we embarrassed their office in front of their colleagues? That's not why we stopped. Now, those things did actually happen, but this was legal. That's not why we stopped doing it. We stopped doing them live because 40 to 50% of the time during regular business hours, it went to a voicemail and it just got boring. It got stupid being in a seminar room, live in front of people, looking to learn, looking to be entertained, whatever, and making call after call, and they would go to voicemail. Well, I guess there certainly was something to learn there, and that's what we're going to be talking about more extensively today. But it was just ridiculous. And we would get messages like, if you're hearing this message during regular business hours, it means that we're busy treating other patients. Unacceptable. What does that mean to a potential new patient? It means you're too busy for them. You're so busy, you can't even answer the darn phone when it rings. How are you going to have time to see me as a new patient and treat me well and give me the time I deserve? You're not going to be able to. Click, hang up, call next office, or never call back again. And speaking of new patients, potential new patients, because they're not patients yet, remember their mindset. They are nervous. They're anxious. let's face it, most people do not want to be at the dentist. So they're looking for any excuse, no matter how badly they want to come in, no matter how highly you're recommended. Many people are looking for an excuse not to come in. So they make the effort, they call, they get a voicemail, click. Well, I tried. My dental problem might not go away, but I tried. So it's unacceptable to tell somebody during regular business hours that you're too busy for them. That is crazy. Another one we get all the time. We're currently at lunch. I mean, we'd get this at 10 in the morning. We get it at 2 in the afternoon. Of course, more likely noon to 2 p.m. We're currently at lunch. Well, too bad. Your potential new patient is currently at lunch too. And that's the best time for them to make their calls to find their new dental office. They work hard and they're busy during most of the workday. And that's why they've got such great insurance, because they work hard and they have a good job. And that means the only time they have to do their personal business is during their lunchtime. And you're going to tell them that you're currently at lunch? No way. Answer the phone when it rings all the time. Do not ever have voicemail on during regular business hours. Well, how do you do it? First of all, if the phone's constantly ringing and people can't answer during business hours, you're understaffed. So that's one problem. Secondly, everybody on the team, yes, that means not just our great hardworking front deskers, but that means dental assistants, dental hygienists, and dentists. Yes, us. We need to be trained on the proper way to answer the phones in our dental office. I used to pick up the phone in my office sometimes. I was visiting an office. It was a coaching client. We just started working with them. And I'm standing at the front desk, and the front desk person is there, and a dental hygienist is up there. I'm not sure what she was doing there, but we were kind of chatting away. And the phone rang, and the number one person on the phone tree was on the phone with someone else. But I'm standing up there talking to them, and there's another front desk team member, and there's a hygienist, and there's me, and you think they'd be on their best behavior when the consultant's in town, and they're just standing there letting the phone ring. I couldn't believe it. Like, oh, well, this isn't my job. It's, Sheila's supposed to be answering the phone. Well, she's on the phone right now, so this person can go to voicemail. Crazy. Never let the phone ring, ring, ring. Answer it one ring or two rings at the most, and anybody on the team who's not busy that very second should be able to pick up the phone and grab it. I don't care what you're doing, unless you are having face-to-face time with another human being, treating a patient or helping a patient at the front desk. If you're not doing that, you can answer the phone no matter who you are. So the entire team needs to be trained on phone skills. And you know what? How about if everybody's going out to lunch together, which is nice, it's a good bonding time, you have a dedicated office cell phone, and your regular office line can get forwarded to this cell phone. So yes, if you're at lunch, sure, nobody wants to be the one holding the cell phone. So when everybody's having fun and laughing and having great conversation, they have to step out for a second. But that's the way it goes. And pay people accordingly. So they don't mind doing it, because it is a job. So let's make sure the phone does not go unanswered. You know what? You can have it rotate between team members so they can take it home. So yes, 7 p.m. someone calls, the phone gets answered. And again, pay people accordingly, but it's kind of like a doctor being on call. Maybe you know that every other Tuesday night's going to be your night with the cell phone, the office cell phone. And sure, you can make plans, you can have fun, but just whatever you do, be warned that you may have to get the phone. It doesn't happen a lot. You don't get a lot of calls at night, and you don't have to keep it on all night. Well, I don't want to be woken up at 3 in the morning. No kid, nobody does, man. You don't have an obligation to be answering the phone at 3 in the morning, but certainly it's reasonable to keep that cell phone with you up until 9 or 9:30 or 10 p.m. and on weekends. I mean, I'm sure many of you have heard me mention our friend, Dr. Joanne Reef. She's a great dentist here in the Baltimore area. She personally takes the office cell phone weekends and answers it. And she gets a ton of new patients that way. So, maybe if you're a doctor, you want to do that all the time like she does. Maybe you want to split it up amongst your team. The point is, it's not that much of a hassle. You don't get that many calls during evenings and weekends. And when you do, it's usually somebody that's pretty serious, either an emergency or a new patient that wants to schedule. So my point here is, answer the phone when it rings. It should always be answered during normal business hours, no excuses. And if you can extend that to evenings and weekends, not the middle of the night, but evenings and weekends, all the better. That said, it's kind of a millennial expression, I think. That said, you do need to have a voicemail message, because there will be times when the office is closed. Only when the office is closed that a call will go to voicemail. So let's talk about some rules for a good voicemail message. Then I'm going to play you a bunch and we'll listen and we'll dissect and we'll have fun. Then we'll talk about maybe a kind of a script for a great voicemail message. So make sure your voicemail message sounds really friendly. So many of them just sound robotic or like they're reading from a script. It needs to be warm and friendly, and talk slowly and clearly, slower than you would normally talk. Sometimes with our cell phone connections, it's not always easy to hear. And depending on what kind of apparatus you're using for your voicemail, the sound quality might not be great. So talk a little more slowly and a little more clearly than you normally would. Even though it might sound a little weird to you right now, the way I'm speaking, it sounds great on a voicemail message. So talk slowly, talk clearly, start with a nice greeting. So many of them just start very abruptly. Don't make it too long. I mean, I've called voicemails where they're given this instruction and that instruction, or for this, do that, or for that. I mean, minutes. No, it should be really brief, a matter of 15 or 20 seconds. Again, make the call to action. That's always something we talk about in marketing, the call to action, which in this case, of course, will be to leave a message. Make the call to action very concise and very clear. So a couple other things we can talk about too, but let's listen to some examples and maybe some things will come out in those. I've got a bunch of voicemail messages I want to play for you. I just recorded all these, and let's see where they take us. Let's go over here to Command Central and we'll start. I think this was just a pretty standard, lackluster, boring voicemail message. Let's take it away.
I don't care. Our office hours are Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 4 o'clock p.m. and Friday, 7 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. If you've reached this message during regular business hours, we're either on the other line or with a patient. Please leave your name and number and we will return your call as soon as possible. For after-hour emergencies, please call and leave a message and we will get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you and have a great day.
Record your message at the tone.
Okay, pretty standard message, nothing horrible, nothing great. I think this would be a good time maybe between these messages to talk about some things that you shouldn't do, in my opinion, on your voicemail message. One I already talked about, don't say if you've reached us during normal business hours, we're busy helping other people. That just gives a bad impression that you're too busy for them. This person and many of these calls gave their office hours. It seems like most people or many people in their voicemail messages give their office hours. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of that because, first of all, if you do what we instruct you to do already, they're never going to be getting you during normal office hours. So it's only going to be during evenings and weekends. They know you're not open then. But if you start giving your office hours and a person thinks, oh, well, I really wanted Wednesday mornings, doesn't look like they're open Wednesday mornings, they're going to hang up and call someone else. But whether you're open or not at the time that's convenient for them, if they do leave their name and number, and then somebody from your office calls them back and they're a real pro at schmoozing people and being a good scheduler, they're going to get them on the schedule, even if your office hours aren't 100% convenient to them. So no need to turn them off, in my opinion, with your office hours. Another one that I just can't stand that I hear all the time is something like, this phone does not accept cancellations. Come on, total BS. It's not the phone that doesn't accept cancellations. It's the office that doesn't accept cancellations. I think everybody's on to how bogus that sounds, but let's just keep going. I just wanted to interrupt there with a couple don'ts because I gave you a bunch of do's. I want to do some don'ts. Let's keep playing a few messages. This one looks good. Let's hear it. Too many rings. Even for a voicemail, it's too many rings. I would have hung up already.
Thank you for choosing. At this time, all of our team members are servicing our patients. Please leave us a detailed message and we will return the call as soon as we are available. Thank you.
Wow. Too busy for me, huh? Okay, thanks. Bye. Well, I guess I left that as a message. They're not going to like that very much. Couple positives. The message was brief. I thought she had a great voice, very friendly, spoke slowly and clearly, just like I said, but too busy for you. That negates any kind of positive energy that she caused. So not a good one. All right, let's keep rocking on these. I have so many over here in Command Central. I don't even know what we're going to get next. Okay.
Dentistry office. We are located at our regular business hours are 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday. If you are calling during these hours, we are assisting another patient on the phone or here in the office. Please leave a message for us so we may return your call. As a courtesy to all of our patients, we kindly request 2 business days notice when rescheduling appointments. If you are an established patient of Dr. and are having a true dental emergency outside of our regular business hours, you may call Dr. at. Thank you and have a good day.
After you leave a message, you can modify it by pressing pound.
All right. Nice voice. She was friendly enough. A couple things I did not like about that one. First of all, she gave a cancellation policy, which means it is okay to cancel. She's saying you have to give 48 hours notice. Well, boom. Somebody calls, they could do the coward call in the middle of the night and cancel, and they're not doing anything wrong. Why would you ever give somebody permission to cancel on the voicemail, in person, anywhere? Cancellation policy, total no-no. Then she said if this is a true dental emergency, you can call the doctor at home or on their cell or whatever. I don't know. True dental emergency, what does that mean? I think it's a little obtuse, so to speak. I got to say, I'm not a big fan of putting emergency stuff on your voicemail. I know a lot of people say, if this is an emergency, do this, do that. Again, I think the best plan is to have the phone answered up until bedtime, so to speak. And then I think if it's that late, well, people know that, they're not expecting to get you. I think they would know to go to a hospital if they're bleeding or swollen or in pain or whatever. I think if you're going to put anything on there, you could say like, if this is a true emergency, call 911 or go to the nearest hospital. But it's pretty rare that it's a true emergency. So I'm just not sure you need to clutter up your message with that. Just my opinion. Okay. Let's do another one. Boy, this is fun, isn't it?
Our office hours are Monday through Thursday from 8 to 5 with lunch from 12 to 1. If you need assistance, please call or text the office cell phone at. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message.
I kind of like that. They had an office cell phone, and they made it very clear we have an office cell phone, so nobody would be intimidated to call that or to text it. But geez, you've got an office cell phone. Why isn't it on? Why are you getting voicemail? Everything should forward to the office cell phone. So they had a great idea there with the office cell phone, but then they kind of blew it because they're not using it to its capacity. This call never should have rung to a voicemail. Should have gone right to the office cell phone. And whoever was holding that, maybe they get a $50 bonus for scheduling a new patient. Just saying. I mean, those kinds of things are possible, right? Okay. Let's try this one.
Our dental office is now open. Our office hours are Monday through Thursday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. There are several COVID mandates we are now required to be doing, including asking a number of COVID-related questions and taking your temperature. If you have reached this message during our normal business hours, we are helping another patient. Please leave a message and we will get back to you just as soon as possible. Thank you. Have a good day.
At the tone, please record your message.
Not so sure about that one. They did the, if you're hearing this during regular hours, we're busy with other patients. That's a no-no. They did the hours. That's not great. The COVID stuff, I don't know what the heck that had anything to do with anything. I mean, obviously they're in a state that has certain COVID mandates, as they said. So you've got to follow those. That's cool. But why put that on the voicemail? They're going to ask you some questions and take your temperature. I don't know why you'd ever have to have that on the voicemail. When the patient comes in, you ask them a couple questions and you take their temperature. No big deal. Why make a big thing out of it? That might turn off some people or scare somebody. I just don't see any reason why that should have been on the voicemail. I don't know. If you can think of one, let me know. But I saw no reason at all why that should be on the voicemail. Okay, just a couple more. Let's do this one.
Thank you for calling Family Dentistry. Our office is currently closed. Our normal business hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. If this is a true emergency, please hang up and call hospital at. If you're an established patient and have an immediate dental concern, you may email us at. Please include all your contact information and you'll receive a reply within 24 hours. All other calls, please leave a message with your name, phone number, and the reason for your call. Thank you and have a great day.
Record your message at the tone. Press any key or stop talking to end the recording.
Wow, I love that one. Not, I mean, first of all, I don't know if it was a technical thing or if this person just had a slightly peculiar voice, but it sounded like she was a little bit sped up, like it was the dental office of Alvin and the Chipmunks with Dr. Simon and Dr. Theodore. So I'm not sure what was going on there. She said if it's an emergency, go to the hospital. I mean, that's okay. Again, I'm not so sure you need that. Um, but then the thing that cracked me up was she said, or if it's an emergency, you can email us and we'll respond within 24 hours. That must be a heck of an emergency. If it's such an emergency that you have to email us. Come on, let me call you if it's that bad, and you'll respond within 24 hours again. Bleeding, swelling, pain, not good enough. And that's one of the reasons I just maybe want to stay away from that. But not a fan at all. Not sure what was going on with that one, but not great. Okay, let's do one more. Then I'll give you kind of a template again. You'll have to put it in your own words, your own style. You might want more information or less information, but at least a start to your perfect voicemail message. We'll do that. But let's play one more.
Recorded for quality assurance.
Please answer.
Thank you for calling Dental Care, the office of Dr. Our current office hours are Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. Please be advised that this machine does not accept cancellations at this time. If you do not come to your appointment and you do not call to let us know, you will not be rescheduled at this time due to COVID-19. Thank you and have a good day.
Wow, that was probably the least friendly message I've ever heard. Well, maybe not the least, but certainly in the top 10. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Oh man, I don't remember leaving that message. I guess I did. They deserved it. What's going on? Why did music start? That was, wow, good song. I don't know where that came from. What was going on with that message? She was so mean. She said, first of all, this doesn't accept cancellations. Well, that's BS. Come on. And then if you're calling to cancel, we cannot reschedule you. Jeez, there's just no need to be mean like that on the answering voicemail message. I just don't get it. So, okay, as I said before, I'm going to give you a template. Don't consider this to be a complete script. I'd like you to, if you want to use this, which I hope you do, put it in your own words, your own style. If you want to add or subtract some information, that's fine. But a couple of things that nobody really did that I think is a really nice thing to do, and that is say something, just briefly, say something positive about the office. Again, everything we do, whether it's a voicemail message or answering the phone or a web, whatever, everything we do is a chance to show people how friendly we are and how great our office is. So say something positive about your office and tell them you're accepting new patients. What the heck? Again, we're really mostly worried about potential new patients, so let them know they called the right place. Okay, here's my example message. Ready? Bling, 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 ding, 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 ding. Hi, this is Jenny at Dr. Smith's dental office. Thank you so much for calling. We're very sorry to have missed your call. We're located at 3506 Trotwood Circle, where we've been providing exceptional dentistry with a smile for over 25 years. We are currently accepting new patients and have appointments available for you as soon as this week. So please leave a message with your name and phone number, and we will call you back very soon. Thanks. Beep. Okay. What was that? 15 seconds. I identified who I was, identified the name of the office, thanked them for calling, told them that we're sorry we missed your call, gave the location, but not the hours, bragged a little bit about your office. We've been providing exceptional dentistry with a smile for over 25 years. Let them know that we're accepting new patients and what the call to action was, and then boom, get out. So again, use that as a template. I'm not saying to use every word, add, subtract, whatever you want to do, but I think it's a really good start. But please, the main two things are have a great voicemail message that's friendly, welcoming, not mean, has a call to action, brags about the office, lets them know you're taking new patients, and doesn't turn people off by saying we're too busy to see you. And secondly, use it as infrequently as possible. Thanks so much for listening this week. This was a lot of fun. If you want to learn more about what we do and who we are, go to Madow.com, MADOW.com. We've got recordings of some of our webinars on there, some of our products and partners. You can learn about our coaching, anything you want. Just go have fun. We recently revamped the website, and I think you'll like it. I'm Dr. Richard Madow, co-founder of the Madow Center for Dental Practice Success, and it's been fun being with you. Tell your friends about the podcast, and I'll see you soon.